So Phyllis, thank you for being here with me today.
It's always lovely to be here with you, and I'm excited to share what I know about this particular tool.
Good. Well, share screen and let's get the
All
engine
right.
started.
Let's get this party started, as they say. So we're going to go ahead and you should now see this interface, which is called Magi. And Magi, you have to think of Magi as an umbrella. And the person who developed Magi, his name is Dustin, and I'll probably refer to Dustin a whole bunch of times here. But Dustin saw that people were paying $24 here and $15 here and $30 here and all over the place to have all these different tools. And he said, but I can put all of those under one umbrella for a very low price. And so that's what he did. So those of us who got tired of going here for an image and here for a text thing with AI, it can all be done under the umbrella of Magi. So let me give you a little tour around the place because it's a new space and you have to learn it a little bit. But on desktop, what you have over here on the side is we're right now on the dashboard. And you can very easily start a new chat just like you would do in GPT, and you can generate an image from here. These are like the quick links to do that. This is a list of all the ones I've done recently, and I can go into them and continue where I left off with them. But over here, you can also get to your chats with this, and it lines them all up, and you can go straight to them. You also see here folders, which is very cool because those of us who have 9 million chat sessions, if we had a folder to put client number one in and client number two in, personal things in, it would be so much easier if they were all in a folder instead of hunting and hunting and hunting or using the search bar to find something. Search actually works really good in here, but still, folders are kind of cool. So you have all your chats there, and then all the images that you've created. Hello, hi, that's something I did earlier today, but look, I did these for you, Bob. So I'm going to show you how that works in just a minute. But also, I created this one over here, and I ended up turning that into a journal. So it's very easy to create the things that we need to create. So anyway, you can create images inside of here where you have copyright ownership of, and you can turn them into things like I just showed you there. So anyway, so all of your images are over here. You also have what's called a prompt library. So, a lot of us run into these prompts on Threads and X and Facebook and all these different places, and we really like the prompt where you can actually save them in here and you can put them in folders. So if you have a folder, you can put your prompts in here, and it's very easy to find them because, a lot of times people are having them on a dock somewhere outside of their interface, but they have lots of prompts that they save, and you can edit it right in here too. So that's
Just to put a fine point on it, a prompt would be something a whatever you put into the AI search box. I want this or this or this or this. Make it that way. That way. That's what you mean by a prompt.
yeah. So a prompt. The two words that really people really need to get used to hearing are prompts and personas and training the AI. So a prompt is a set of instructions. I want you to make an image that's square, that has green in it, that, whatever you set up for the thing. And a prompt, people sell prompts because they develop them and they spend a lot of time creating them. This particular prompt right here came from a friend of mine that I have used with great success, and you're welcome to copy and paste this one. It's a very, very good thing. But you'll notice right here, this Phyllis 001. I'm going to show you what that means in a minute because that's a very cool feature inside of here. But anyway, you can save your prompts in a library so you can always find them. And that's pretty cool. The next one is personas. Now, personas are a lot of people are familiar with Chat GPT, and when you create a custom GPT or you create a custom a persona or you train the AI to talk in your brand voice, all of those types of things, you can create those inside of here also. But the cool thing that Dustin has done is he's already created a whole bunch of personas And I want to show those to you right now. This one right here, by the way, is a persona that I'll show you, open it up before we move out of here. It's a social remix. So what I'm going to do is all I have to do is select this persona, and the persona knows to do all of these things here. It's going to create threads. It's going to create Pinterest ideas, Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts. It does say Twitter in here, but it knows Twitter is X, so it's all cool. So all I have to do is put in a URL, and I'll show you this in a minute on one of your URLs, Bob, and it will create 5 tweets, 5 Facebook posts, 5 LinkedIn posts, and images for Pinterest. So personas are very cool. So let me show you how this works. If you go to a chat and you, got to move my face out of the way here, and you do a new chat, you'll see at the top, as it loads, there are 2 little tabs right here. So the first one is which AI. Remember when I said everything's under the same umbrella? Well, he has Claude, he has DeepSeek in here, he has Gemini, he has GPT, he has Grok. All of those are in there for text generation. And then in terms of images, he's got Auraflow, DALL-E 3, Flux, Flux Laura, Ideogram, Leonardo, Luma. These are all video ones here. Runway. These are all the ones that you would go spend $24 each to have access to. And they're all under here. So you select the AI model that you want. I'm going to select Grok for this one, just for funs. And then you select the persona. And if you click here, you'll see my favorite one is expert copywriter. So, a lot of people, when they go into get something out of an AI system, is they have to train the AI. You are an expert copywriter. You do this, you do that. Well, this has already been done for you. So all you have to do is select it, and now it already knows all that stuff. So you don't have to put it in the prompt. I don't have to say down here, you are an expert copywriter. It's done. And then all I have to do is, ask it anything, have it rewrite anything, and it will use Grok as an expert copywriter. So I use this like almost every day. If I have an email that's very important to me, or if I have a social media post that sounds very boring to me, I will come in here and have it rewritten like that. But here's the fun part. I'm going to go back to the social remix that I just showed you, and I'm going to use Grok. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to your applied intelligence coaching about the program. I'm going to copy the URL, and I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to just paste in the URL and send that. And then what it's going to do is going to create all those X posts and Facebook posts and LinkedIn posts and all the things. And it's just going to go. And it has a system where the first one is they take the main message of the page and they turn it into a question. And then the next one, they pull out something from the middle. So you'll see this in just a minute as it's doing all the things here. And then it gives you the Pinterest pin ideas, which you can take. I'll show you how you do that in a second too, but it's almost done. All right, so that's what it just delivered here. Now, the cool thing is I can go up here and just copy this, go paste it over on X and be done. Do you know how to reawaken your sage brain? That's very inquiring. People want to know. It's a curious thing. So here are these. It pulls out a quote. It pulled out this, and now you have five tweets right here. Done. The nice thing about this interface is you can also you can edit inside of here. But let's just keep going. So you have 5 Facebook posts, 3 LinkedIn posts, and then your Pinterest ideas. You can take this and put it inside of one of the image prompts and it'll create the image for the pin.
Oh, let's go.
So
Let's do it. Let's do it.
let's do it. Okay. Let's,
Let's not just talk about it. Let's do it.
all right. I'm happy to show you to do it. Um, let's do, let's see. Preparing the
That,
fence.
that, 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 that'd be a decent one. That first
Yeah,
one.
I think this is good. So we're going to do this. So we're going to, I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go over to images and I'm going to create a new image. It takes a second here. I'm going to do a new image. And it always pulls up the last one that you've been working on, just in case you want to know why my face is going to be there. But what you're going to do is we're going to put that prompt in there. And I'm going to decide, I think I would rather have ideogram do it. And I think I'd like to have it in portrait mode. And I think I would like to, the style is very interesting. General, it just makes a general image. Design makes it like a poster, right? So I'm going to try that one and let's see what we get. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens here. We have
Drum
no
roll.
idea what's going to happen. And
Drum roll.
that's what the fun and the joy of
Oh
using
my
AI,
gosh. Yes.
right? So you might want to, in terms of the prompt, explain what Sage Brain is. We'll see how good the AI figures out what Sage Brain is.
We can actually find those definitions and put them in. A survival brain stage. Well, not that close, but it's fun.
Well, I want to show you what I did earlier for you because I did some off of a presentation you did for the chamber,
Oh,
and that's this one right here. So I put create a Pinterest pin for Eat Local, Grow Local, a visual collage of local produce, community events, and collaborative meetings focused on food sustainability. And that prompt was right from what I did with a URL, and it came up with this.
beautiful. Yeah.
So again, you have, and again, I used ideogram and I used design, and you can see the size here is small. In all AIs, you have generally it's good to make them enlarge them to make them bigger. So anyway, that's the fun of getting all of that together. Let's go back to the dashboard again. Um, just a quick little thing here. It always has the date and the time that you create something, but if you want to change that, if you really kind of need to know what it was about, then you can go in here and you select the chat info and you can change the title to whatever you want.
Right.
So that's a little bit about how things work. And now we can kind of like get a little bit more into it. Would you like that?
Well, let's look at workspaces and teams
Yes.
because that's
Yes,
a big deal to me.
it is because you can sort of look at like your team as who you've invited to be into the team. And the nice thing about the team is you can share everything with your team members, or you can share only a folder with your team
Right.
or just a chat. So you can be very deliberate who sees what. Okay. And so, and you just invite them in with their email and then they come in with that. And so teams are great. And you can have 5 teams in there. You can have in different people in different teams and work everything. It's sort of like Asana. Have you ever worked inside of Asana?
Uh,
Where you
briefly.
have teams and you have workspaces. And so there are certain team members that have access to this one and they don't have access to that one. So it's
Click on
very cool.
workspaces. Yeah, that's
And then workspaces are the same sort of way. So let's say I just have a couple of workspaces in there. But for my brand, for my um, context, if I'm working within the workspace, it knows that my brand voice is optimistic and tech savvy. that the industry is marketing, that it's older professionals, and it has my website, so that there's a sort of like umbrella to this workspace where it says, okay, I know I'm in Phyllis's workspace and she's optimistic and whatever. And that's why, and you can also upload white papers and maybe books that you've written, anything you want in there for it to continue to inform the workspace. And then you can also say, everybody in this workspace has permission to see whatever you decide. You can take them out of images and whatever you want to do with that. And then again, more rules about all the things. So that just gives you a place to manage your workspace. And then if you're in a chat, if you're deciding to create a new chat, and it's loading, you can see right here that right now I'm in my workspace at the bottom here. Active Workspace is my brand, but I can change it to be RV Lifestyle, which has a whole different vibe to it. So that whole vibe is going to inform everything I do inside here now.
That's a
And
client of yours.
yes, it's a client of mine. And so that way, and the team is going to be different and who can see all of this stuff. So it just sort of shifts the whole environment. It's like on Facebook when you shift accounts and you go from a page account to a personal account. Everything's different in there. And that's the same way that it works here too. We'll go back to my brand here.
So
All right.
Phyllis, another question. I'm sure that
Sure.
people are, some people can just let this stuff wash over them and enjoy. It's kind of cool. It's got a lot of features and not get completely bothered. Other people are going to look at this and go, I think I'll think about it next week. Too complicated. Um,
Yeah.
is are there? I'm sure there are videos. Let's say if a person
Oh,
wants
yeah.
to have a hour-long tutorial on Magi and just kind of watch that 2 or 3 times so they get their
Yeah.
brain sorted out. I'm sure that's available, isn't it?
Yes, he has a very robust training set of videos, and also included in Magi. I just wanted to, I'll come back to this. Included in Magi, if you go to the dashboard, you'll see the free perk is the AI Academy, where you get access to everything about AI and how to use AI. And it's run by a fellow by the name of Steve Dotto. And Steve Dotto is a well-known Canadian. He used to be a journalist and now he trains and he's very technical and can teach really well how to use AI. So that's part of this too. They also have a Facebook group that I use all the time. I go in there and ask questions or tweak this or tweak that. So that's very helpful. And then they do have the training videos. I do want to show you one more thing though in terms of the chats because I want to make sure everybody understands this. So I'm going to go back up here to the top and I'm going to change this to um, GPT 4.0 and I'm going to change the persona to be expert copywriter. But before I do that, I want you to see all the other personas that have already been developed. You can
Okay.
have an academic researcher, a Bible scholar, the brand voice generator. What this will do is if you select that, it will walk you through a bunch of questions that you answer and it creates your own brand voice. And so you can use that to create all of your assets, whatever you want to create with that. There's a business advisor persona, customer support agent, like there's so many of them in here. So, I mean, everything, historian, HR consultant, a journalist, a
But
life
but if
coach.
but if you want to create your own version of this, you go to generator, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. You would go over to the personas and then create one yourself. And you'll see mine is on this list as soon as I find it here. Um, right here. So this is so you can see the sources I created it, right?
Right.
And so there are all these other ones that have been, and there's actually a very interesting emerging market for people who can create personas and training things that people can just pick up and put into their own stuff. It's sort of like a marketplace for people who are very good at creating personas. So it's kind of cool. But
I-
anyway, there's all these different. You can actually use a stand-up comedian persona. So if you have, let's say, a blog post that's on something pretty dry and boring, you can choose the stand-up comedian persona to take your content and turn it into something funny, which some people could actually use.
I-
So anyway, and there's a YouTube expert one which helps you brainstorm YouTube video ideas, titles, and descriptions. So there's a
oh,
lot of stuff in here, and you just have to
okay.
decide which ones you like the most. And I have to say, I land on expert copywriter the most. That's the one I use the most.
Yes.
Let's go over to this, back to you again. And I'm just going to go find some paragraph. It's probably a very, very good paragraph, Bob. I'm just, I'm just going to copy it. And this is what most people use AI for, which is kind of interesting. If you're not a coder and you're not, and you're not into spreadsheets, the way most people use AI is they'll select a large language model and they'll select a persona. And now I'm going to say, rewrite this. And then I'm going to paste it. And let's just see what they come up with. Because you can use whatever they come up with in other promotional things that you do. You don't have to use it to use on your website. You can use it in other places.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, of
and you
course,
can,
this is what Paul and Alyssa do continuously, that this is how they generate that really
yes,
quite good copy on my
yes.
website in jig time, is I'm sure they're using tools like this.
And then if you change it to make it an academic researcher, let's just go down to that comedy writer though.
Yeah.
Um,
I,
stand-up comedian. Let's see what they can do with
I,
here. I
this
don't
is-
know what will happen here.
who knows?
We shall see. Let's see what a comedy writer has to say. Um, and hang around longer than that leftover pizza in your fridge. So that it added some little quirky thing in there, and that's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
right.
Sometimes we need that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
maybe that matches your brand voice better.
it's just a way of being. If you want your brand voice to be, light and full of humor, then may be exactly the brand voice you want.
Or if you change it to academic writer, um, and I'm sure it will be a completely different thing, right? So again, that's where playing with the personas and playing with the large language models really help. I've sort of fallen into using Grok the most and the expert copywriter because that's what I need in my business. But you might end up using something else. And I want to show, so anyway, here's another one for you. The nice thing about this too is I can copy this and just paste it anywhere, but I can also edit it right inside of here.
Very
So I don't know what I would change, but many excellent efforts, right? You can just add it right in there, and
good.
that's something that a lot of places don't have, and you can just save it from there. Um, you can also redo it. You can get information about it. Let's go to something that's super cool. And
Look,
that,
just for people who are not used to this, you can take that and you start typing, says, give me a different version. Make
yeah,
it a little funnier, make it
yeah,
more serious, make it this, make it deeper. I had, a decent thing. I said, no, this isn't good enough. This isn't exactly what I want. Make it deeper. That's all I said. And the second one was like a million times better, at least for
yes,
my purposes.
yes. Yes, and what I have noticed is that sometimes you'll get it right off the bat, and it'll that's exactly what I needed. But a lot of times it's going to be that two or three times in that really gives you what you need.
Yep.
The other thing that's really interesting is that if there are any e-commerce people here and they're using Shopify, Shopify has a system of this built into the system where you can create an AI description right from within the interface of Shopify. So a lot of the AI things that we're learning to do outside in these individual pockets, like in Magi or something, are also being very much integrated into the systems we already use. So, but learning how to prompt, learning how to select the right large learning model that you want, and also the persona, those skills, learning those skills are the things you can take anywhere with you and be effective. So there's this wonderful process that I just want to show very quickly. And it's how to say. So what I want to do is I want to use Laura Flux Laura. So I'm going to go to way down here somewhere. Oops, no, so I need to go to this one, Flux Laura. And I want you to see over here that the Laura is Phyllis. The trigger word is Phyllis 1001. The size is portrait. And then the prompt is up here. Now, I've already trained this Laura with pictures of me, right? So I took 16 images from my Google Photos of my face, and then I took that as a zip file and I put it in and trained the Laura. And so now if I say, put Phyllis 001 in a candy store. The weird things that come out of my head, I don't know. And what it's going to do is it's been trained on my face. And so hopefully what it's going to do now is it's going to put me in a candy store. Are you generating? Generate. We're not generating. Why are we not generating? All of that's fine. Oh, well, I'm looking aloud here. You can also speak your prompts into most everything. Well, Bob, I don't know why it's not doing it.
Wow, oh my gracious. It's not great, but oh well.
Darn, because I really wanted to show this to you.
Well, can we try one more? One more? Maybe you just confused it.
Maybe I've confused it. Oh, there I am in a candy store.
Oh,
It
yeah,
already, it,
we weren't nearly patient enough. Look at you. Wow.
yes, I'm in a candy store. I'm in a candy store many times here.
Oh my gracious, that's wild.
I like how my purse is wrapped around my head there. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
But
sure.
it basically took that
Yep.
headshot thing and it puts it anywhere. So you can put yourself in any place that you want,
There.
really.
Oh my gracious, this is the mind boggles with this. Okay.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna do one more because I think it would be very funny to do this for
Yeah,
you.
this is getting long enough that got to start getting funny. Keep our audience.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm going to use the Flux Laura, but this one I'm in, not that one. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to use the Phyllis 2 because I've done this twice, and my type is going to put Phyllis 2 in a field in Iowa. All right. And we'll just make it square and just do it and see what we come up with. So the thing is you can put your face in there, you can put, your business partners, your clients, your whatevers, and you, instead of trying to go find stock photo of them out in the field in
Gracious,
Iowa,
you.
They can,
Amazing.
you can just generate it right here. And so anyway, and that's kind of fun. And they also, the other fun thing that you can do is you can do these text to video. And LumaDream, we'll try this one real quick. So LumaDream, we're going to put um, a farmer in a field in Iowa during a sunset. I mean, you see this right here? We can enhance this prompt and make it way better than what I just typed. So here we go. That's what it came up with in the
Okay.
style of Claude Monet. So this should be fun, and it should be a video. So, and let's go ahead and loop the video so we see how that works. And then again, you can create these for your clients for promotions or whatever. Um, the trick is to stay really focused on what you need and not just get lost in how creative it
Us
is.
making a million goofy images.
Yes, exactly. Which you see a lot of those online. You'll see, oh, a duck on a boat in the sky, and you're like, I would never need a duck on a boat in the sky. That doesn't help me, right? So you have to stay really focused on what you actually need, and then go and create it.
Now,
So
otherwise, this could become the sort of, yes, addictive. How should we
yes,
say?
it is very addictive. So while we're watching it do this, notice this prompt here. If I wanted to keep this prompt and then change out middle-aged farmer wearing denim overalls to um, a business woman in a business suit and a straw hat, I can do that. Whoop. Okay.
Not bad, not bad.
It's you can tell this is like they say the worst it's ever going to be.
Yeah, this is like Mario Brothers.
Right, exactly, exactly. So anyway, but a lot of people spend a lot of time on that and they get some beautiful video and but all of that's available under this one umbrella. So that's what's so cool about
Actually, if you want to give everyone a demonstration, go back to my site, to the home page, and you'll see the video on the home page. Yeah, yeah, go up home. Yeah, there we go. Yep, that is exactly how
they made that.
uh, Alyssa and Paul made that image.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly it. So you can create, and the thing is like I said, sometimes the first thing you do is just exactly what you need, but sometimes you have to work with it a little bit, and that's just the way it is at the moment. There's so much to this, and literally we've just touched this the tiniest little tip of the iceberg, as they say. But you know, as in all things, it can get very overwhelming. So what I like to tell people is that start with rewriting things because that's an easy thing to do. You just copy what you wrote and then just ask the AI to rewrite it. And once you get used to how that process works, then go and start thinking about creating some images. And then remember to, if you find a prompt that you really like, save it in the library. Save it in the library so that you have access to it again. Because I know a lot of people, they lose track of all of those things and then they can't figure out what they had or what they used before. So that's kind of the really nice aspects of having a library and having your prompts set up here. So
And one final thing before we go, Phyllis, and we'll come back on camera fully. Show us where the tutorial videos are.
okay, so I'm don't remember. Well, hang on a minute. Let me see if I remember where
Okay,
it
click
to.
around, click around. Let's go find them.
There's a place for them. I just can't remember where because I haven't looked at them in a long time. Okay, well,
Tell
this
you
is
what we'll do is we'll find that link and we'll drop it in once I get this all done. Magi training. Okay, so okay, I
oh,
got
here we go. So it's in the blog, I think.
Oh, yeah, the
So
blog.
here here's the blog. Yes, okay. So this is where Dustin does all the teaching in here. And so you can learn. I mean, they're really amazing. And let's just um let's just look at this one real quick here, because he just added DeepSeek, and everybody needs to understand DeepSeek is open source, so you can get DeepSeek and you can host it on US servers, so it's not connected to China at all in any way, shape, or form, just in case anybody's concerned or confused about that. But anyway, so he has all the tutorials on how to find it and how to use it, and shows you how to do all the things. So
Yeah,
so
all of the different. Okay, so it's all right. So it'd be it's on the blog. So
yes.
okay, just go to the blog and you'll find it. Okay, well let's come back and thank each one of us, you and me, for being here. Yeah, this is great. So I think what we're going to do is make a series of these moderately in-depth understandings of tools that anyone can use, but particularly for entrepreneurs. It's all speed to market, right? It's all
Yes.
cost, your cost basis, and then what you can sell it for. If you can reduce your cost basis, you can sell it for the same thing and make more money.
Yes.
That's important, isn't it?
Yes. So I think because we were sort of like scattered all over the site today to show all the different things, that next time if we do this, we can just hone in on one thing. We can
Perfect.
create an email series, or we can create descriptive text for a product, or whatever, just a very one topic thing, and show all the ways to do it. I think that would be very
Be great.
fun.
Well, then maybe if 2 o'clock on Friday afternoons is generally good, we'll figure out the time and then
Figure it out.
we'll crank out a bunch of these things for all of our friends.
Yes, it's great.
Okay, Phyllis, thank you very much. You're such a
Very
treasure.
welcome.
Okay, take care.